What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 185 of Littleroot Lessons. My name is Carter. I'm with Jay tonight. Angelo is off being probably wined and dined at a wedding or something tonight. I think he's his plans. So
Yeah,
no full crew tonight, but Jay, what's going on, my dude?
I am chilling. The Ravens won today against the Bengals. It was amazing. Great day.
I
The
uh,
Giants made a
I get to
comeback
wear
win.
the Kelsey jersey. I got the Cowboys hat. I need to find me another cheap jersey website so I can find me a Micah Parsons jersey. Because
Yeah, he
good
is
golly, is that
quite
man
a
insane?
beast.
Just every time I watch him, just like, holy cow, how are you this good?
Yeah, he is ridiculous. That Cowboys defense is just different. But we had Regulation E, the DLC came out.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff to actually
Barcelona
talk about.
happened this weekend.
Which I literally didn't know Barcelona was going on until this morning when I woke up. I was scrolling through YouTube, trying to find something to listen to in the morning. I'm like, huh, Barcelona has a TCG event today. That's weird. Scroll down. They have Go too. That's really weird. Oh,
Hmm.
hey.
Yeah, I was off yesterday and I was like scrolling through YouTube and I saw that it was on. I was like, I'll tune in for a little bit. I tuned in for like a couple minutes. I remembered that we're still in Regulation D on like official formats, and I was like, all right, I don't know how interested I am in watching this right now, but I hope everyone is having fun and doing well. It's awesome that Europe has some live streamed events. Those were really hard to
Yes,
find
it's.
last season.
I'm very glad that they are actually able to have those like live streamed events, because that was always something that, like, in previous years we haven't been able to have a lot of, is like these weekends where we don't have a regional but somewhere else in the world does, being able to actually get to watch everything now. So, and it just happens to work out with my work schedule, where I'm up at 4 a.m. and they happen to be in round 10.
Yeah,
So
it was nice not having to have to like hunt down the Victory Road streams, and a lot of
for sure.
those European events, I think only some of them were actually streamed by Victory Road. I know, like, obviously like UUIC is a Pokemon
Hmm.
official event, but it's cool seeing like the special events getting that love. The European player base is extremely strong. We saw Eduardo Cunha, the 2022 World's Champion, take down the event.
Yeah,
Um,
he's pretty good.
yeah, who knew? The guy who won Worlds a couple years ago is maybe good at the game a
What?
little bit and can
Maybe it was
probably
just
make it
Zashi was
happen over
broken.
and yes, there was definitely no type of skill difference there whatsoever that could allow it to translate to another game. But yeah, I was working today, so I tuned in where I could. The games that I did see were all really, really intense, really interesting. Um, and yeah, Edu played his mind out in those final, and especially in that final set there. And the top four
Oh,
set was ridiculous too. The 4-4 forfeit in top four
dude,
was
absurd,
out of
absurd.
this world. Like, to actually put your opponent in that position at that stage is out of this world
Yeah.
gameplay. And like, you got to give some credit to the speed tie, but like the Amoonguss speed tie getting the pollen puff. But yeah, that was really, really crazy.
Was that the match that there was a Heatran Heatwave miss? Was that top four? Or was that finals? Do you know what I'm
um
talking about?
I think that was finals. That was probably game one of finals.
That sounds right.
um yeah, top four, there wasn't really any crazy RNG stuff that happened.
The
um
finals was just like, holy cow, just always just immense back and forth. And every time Marco was on camera, like all of his matches were just absurd. all of them were
Yeah.
such a blast to watch. I'm just like,
Bro,
man,
Ursaluna.
the
Ursaluna top
Ursa
2.
Luna Torkoal difference, man. Like,
So sick.
and
That
then
team was
like
really
you have
cool.
Cresselia here next to it, so like you can safely bring in Ursa Luna, go for a lunar blessing, so you don't get put to sleep, and then
Hmm.
heal the sleep away, get burnt, and now you actually can't be put back to sleep. I'm just like, holy cow, this is awesome.
Yeah, and then you got the Amoonguss with the Iron Hands with that slow core of offensive output, and also just the detrimental support of Amoonguss. It's just absolutely ridiculous in Regulation D. We'll talk about its status in Regulation E a little bit later. But yeah, it really proved itself to be an absolute powerhouse on Ito's team and also across the board really in a lot of the top eight.
I think before we get away from Barcelona, I do quickly just want to go over like the top 12 Pokemon here from day two, just to see like the format difference between this and where Pittsburgh was. I don't
Hmm.
have Pittsburgh pulled up in front of me, but there's some pretty big changes here. Fluttermane, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Amoonguss, Iron Hands, all above 50% of teams. Chien Pao, Chi Yu making it on about 40%. We have Tornadus and Landorus, just around 30% each. Rillaboom, Golden Go, Dondozo, and Arcanine just under 20. Notably, Hisuian Arcanine, which we talked about last week, how it didn't really translate well from day one to day two, and here we actually see it actually has a pretty decent like turnabout into day two here.
Yeah, I think it's a strong Pokemon, and it was probably, maybe just the meta didn't shape up correctly for it in
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. But I think that, it's on that strong core with Chien Pao. I know, Angela talked a lot about the core last week with the I think it's the Hirofumi Rain team
Mm-hmm.
that
That sounds
the
right.
Chien Pao Arcanine is on. And yeah, it's has that amazing output and some incredibly strong moves, and also the intimidate factor, making it a good pivot Pokemon, even if it's just coming in to, get KO'd. A lot of the time, it creates a lot of extra value that maybe something like Dragonite doesn't. Um, and its weaknesses, I guess, are manageable through Terra in the same way that Dragonites are. I think you just get that extra benefit from the Intimidate, and also just a really good, the Fire typing is great defensive typing too. The Rock type doesn't add too much, but great offensive output.
Does Arcanine get Rock Slide?
Yeah, it gets Rock
Okay.
Slide and Head Smash.
I knew about head smash, but I figured if you're running intimidate, you probably don't want head smash. Most of the head smash sets I've seen are like choice band, choice scarf. One of the two.
They actually run both of the
Do
coverages
they?
a lot of the
Okay,
time. Yeah, they'll run Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Extreme Speed, and Head Smash because sometimes you need that extra damage, and you're willing to take the recoil on it. You're putting
that's
Choice
fair.
Band. You have Choice Band next to Chien Pao, and it's like, what's switching it into a Head Smash here? It's
Yeah,
something
the
that's gonna
same
take it a lot
argument
better than
we
a Rock Slide.
yeah the same thing we talked about last week with Chi where it's just like yeah nothing swapping into a choice band. I mean a choice specs Chi,
Choice Specs
which
Overheat.
I mean, we saw that this weekend on camera multiple times. We're just like, all right, well, my favorite one was here's an eruption from charcoal Torkoal, and it's like, yep, that still does a lot. You saw it just melt a Landorus at one point. I
Yeah,
know, I forget which match it was, but there was a Landorus that swapped in, and it just went
see you
boop.
later.
Like, all right, cool,
Yeah,
good talk.
Sun Boost Interruption at full HP is really
It's still
strong.
really powerful.
Yeah, I know like Torkoal is something that I've loved playing with. We did like a mock draft in UDL and I took it, and it was on one of my first teams in Scarlet and Violet with Oranguru to instruct the eruption.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you don't have answers for it and you get up in Drip Room, it is just an absolute menace to deal with. Those sun boosted eruptions are no joke. I love that Pokemon. I think it's a lot of fun. I love
I
the Sun stuff.
I love me a good Torkoal. It was something that Carl and I worked on quite a bit in the early days of Series 3 for Scarlet. I mean, for Sword and Shield.
Mm,
Um,
way
that
back
was
in the
the
vault.
that was the weekend that so St. Louis Regionals was the or Collinsville Regionals was the weekend that we got Series 3,
Hmm.
but it was a Series 2 tournament because this was started on Saturday. Neither
Yeah.
of us made day 2, so that night we just spent the night in the hotel building Series 3 teams to play side events all day. So
Because
the
the
number of
format's changed
Torkoals and
overnight pretty
Venusaurs,
much, right?
yeah, the number of Torkoal and Venusaurs we bred that night was insane.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because
Venusaur.
all five of us in our room played Torkoal Venusaur in side events on day 2. And it
And then
was very good.
I played Torkoal Venusaur's big brother at Secaucus. I played Groudon Venusaur.
Man, I can't wait to get Groudon back so we can actually Terra Fire it and just like
Oh my
fire
gosh,
punch people.
yes. Or you do the weight
Or
based
Heat
one,
Crash.
Heat Crash, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be big damage. Like
Dude,
Pokemon
it's
are
gonna
running Heavy Slam and like making it work just because it's like steel coverage. Like imagine Terra Fire,
excuse me,
Heat
I have
Crash
something to
into
go calc real
something.
quick.
Yeah, I think Fluttermane gets absolutely obliterated by
Oh,
it if
I was
that's what
gonna
you're gonna
calc
go
I was
count.
gonna calc against like Urshifu.
Oh my god, Urshifu Water in Sun.
Yep. Let's see. We want Heat
Oh man,
Crash.
we're lost in the sauce.
We're always
This
lost.
this is we're gonna go way back into the LRL vault to one of my first interactions with you. I saw it the other day. We were testing Eruption Groudon on
Hell
ladder.
yeah.
Choice specs Eruption Groudon.
Uh
Everyone got on board and we're making teams around it, and it sucked so bad.
Heat Crash does 40 to 47% in Sun Terrifier. Oh,
Urshifu,
yes.
that's really not bad to be
It's
honest.
that's not a good switch in because then you're dead to Precipice Blades.
Yeah, is that Adamant Life Orb?
No, this is Impish. This
Run it
is
Adamant.
Impish lefties.
You probably two hit it.
Let me.
That's actually crazy. Urshifu has really good defense.
All right,
Like,
Adamant Life Orb 252. Heat Crash is now doing 68 to 80.
oh my gosh! Bulky Urshifu, you cannot switch into this, my friend. You're done. You're
If
done.
they're max HP, it's still a 2-hit KO.
We're gonna run this max speed and
It, we don't even need Life Orb. We can be
yeah,
choice
choice
Scarf.
scarf. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, Scarf makes it a roll, the 2-hit KO. Unless we have
Th
Helping Hand.
then you just run bulldoze next to your Solgaleo and just use like oh my gosh! All right, we're lost in the sauce here.
We're all lost, Jay. There's
Yeah,
no one
we
here to control us.
yeah. Angelo reels us in and puts us down other directions. This is raw right here. Listen,
I am
we're in
so
Uncut
excited for
Gems.
this.
It's Uncut Gems.
I'm so excited for this.
Are we talking any more about Barcelona, or are we gonna start talking about Reg E stuff?
I think
Um,
is a perfect time to talk about Regulation E, and probably
go.
going into and talking about the actual DLC.
Yeah.
Um, how far into the DLC are you at this point?
I think I finished it. I did all the big battles. I think I have to fight Carmine again and go catch all the stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I kind of made it through the main story. Um, Tried to go through as unspoiled as I can, so that then once and kind of rush through it so that I could go and spoil myself and go start the VGC stuff. But yeah,
I
I played with Alex and it was fun.
I did the same thing I did the day that Scarlet and Violet came out. I played for like an hour and then immediately went to Showdown.
Yeah, get me through all the dialogue stuff. All these fat battles are fun and all,
Well,
but like let me
dude,
let
it's
me
just
start
like
going crazy. Let me go sicko mode on the ladder right now.
I want there to be level scaling so bad. It's just like, all right, well, here's my Garchomp that I used to, catch my that is my false swiper. I guess it's just gonna one shot everything that you ever send out against it because it's 40 levels lower than me. Like,
Yeah, I brought like a team of six that was pretty much my original in-game team. There were a bunch of level 70s, and I just like kind of tacked like one of my VGC ready mons like on at the end just in case I needed them. And I was like, I don't know, I was kind of just breezing through it. It was. It, I'm like, I'm personally not the biggest fan of like the storyline of the game. Sometimes like it's just sometimes I feel like I'm just clicking through dialogue. But
dude, which it's really crazy to me because Sword and Shield, I loved. I genuinely thought it was like one of the best Pokemon games that we had gotten in a while. And
mhm.
I don't know what it is about Scarlet and Violet, but it's just like, I'll get it done when I get it done.
Yeah.
Like I don't have my shiny charm. I have thought about going through and completing my Pokédex multiple times. I'm just like, sounds like a lot of work.
Eh.
And like, I
Why
know I
why
could
do that
just
when I can go and be salty on the ladder instead?
yeah, and like I'll just load up a rental and go, beat people with that. And like
Yeah.
that's the part of Pokemon that I enjoy at this point, right? Like it doesn't I think I've gotten to the point. It might just be that like it's this game style where it's more open world. Historically, I have made it very apparent that I'm not a fan of open world games. There's a reason that I never finished Legends Arceus. Like I just
Mhm.
they just don't mean anything to me, which sucks because I'm gonna have to complete Legends Arceus to get the mons I need because I need the genies with their special moves, and that's the only way to get it.
Yeah, and don't ask you where you're at in Elden Ring either. That's your
Okay,
other open world
to
endeavor.
be
That one.
fair, to be fair, Elden Ring is sick. I've really enjoyed
That
it.
one
I
is
just I
so hard.
haven't touched it in forever because I got a
Yeah,
PS5 and I don't want to restart. I don't want to buy another copy of
that's true
it.
too. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah,
every time I go to GameStop, I'm just like, man, I could get Elden Ring.
I
I
could
could
get
just
it. I
buy this.
could.
I could
I
play this
could.
again.
But
And I'm
yeah,
like,
I think that the DLC is like, you know, it has really nice areas. I think it adds a lot of really cool Pokemon. The character design was all great and all, but it's your kind of standard storyline. I thought of me and can I put a spoiler warning here? I'm gonna just
they've
put a
had a
little
week.
spoiler. All right. I was playing through with my girlfriend Alex, and we were both a little surprised by the flip-flop that Carmine and Kieran did, like emotionally throughout the storyline. We thought that that was pretty interesting.
Oh, cool.
You
Thanks.
know.
Now I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because okay,
Like I gotta
you
give
were
the storyline some credit, like that was pretty cool. Like
you
I
were
enjoyed
talking
that.
about character design. And I know I am going super deep on this and I understand, but I hate the hairstyles. I think it's stupid. I
Of Carmine
all
and
of them.
Kieran.
All of them.
Uh
Yes. I think they both are just like stupid and ugly and I'm just like why does it have to be in their face? Why can't they just not have it in their face? This
Kieran has
character
some
design would be so much better if their hair just wasn't here.
Kieran has some really crazy some facial animations too. Like he gives some crazy death stares in some of the battles with him and everything. Um I think the hair is like supposed to connect to the masks,
It is,
you
and
know.
I get that. That doesn't
But
mean I don't think it's stupid.
I think I think they got crazy drip, all right? I think that all the characters got crazy drip. I think they're all drip lords. They're out there with total swag. I did think it was absolutely crazy when Jock just pulled up like in the middle of the story. He was just like nowhere to be found. And homie's just like Alex points out to me, she goes, "Why is Jock behind a tree over here?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" And the dude is like standing behind a tree watching us. It was so weird.
I did not know that either.
You didn't find this part yet? It's
I've
relatively early into the story. It's like after you meet Ogerpon for the first time and you're outside of the
so
town.
I've seen Ogre Pond. I've done like the mini game, and that's as far as I've made it.
Okay,
Like
so
I've had that cutscene
it's a little bit
afterwards.
beyond where you are right now.
Yeah, I've had
Um,
that cutscene where it's like, oh, there, huh? What's that person running around? And it's like clearly Ogre Pond. It's like, hmm,
hmm,
okay,
what is that? What is that tiny thing with this gigantic green cloth and
poncho
this
going on,
big
huh?
poncho?
Yeah.
Also, shout out the poncho game, all right? Cal Kestis will love that. That's all I'm saying. Poncho King, Cameron Moynihan. Yeah, Ogerpon is really cool to put us back on track. I think that's a cool Pokemon, and all the new Pokemon that are in the DLC, like the non coming back Pokemon, are all I think really well designed. The
Like
loyal three are a
all the
little
new one.
goofy. Yeah, the loyal three are like a little goofy looking, but like in their own cute little way.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. I hate their names. Like I get it.
Come
I understand.
on.
I understand. I
Oh,
don't like
come
it.
on.
I hate
Stop.
I hate
You just hate
Pheasantipity.
fun. You just
I
hate
hate
fun.
Pheasantipity's name. I think
Come
it's
on.
stupid. The
Okie
other two are
dokie.
fine. Okie
Monkey
Doki's
Dory.
fine.
Pheasant Dippity.
Monkey
That's
Dory's
so
fine.
good.
Monkey
Aw,
Dory
man.
looks like he's smoked one too many.
That's my guy. Him and Hisuian Typhlosion on the same team together. Put Torkoal on there as well.
But it has to have white
And
smoke.
yes, you're on. Yes. It's like Cheech and Chong and the lighter and the one who brings the lighter. Come, come on, it's
Excuse
Stoner
me,
Bros R Us. They're amazing.
I have a team to go brew real quick. No particular reason.
Oh my gosh. Imagine, oh, does Monkey Dory get skill swap? Imagine skill swapping Toxic Chain into Eruption.
Hold that thought. Mom.
Oh my gosh. That Pokemon is really, really cool though. I've like,
It does not. It does get fake out.
dang.
Like Toxic Chain fake out's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And it gets Sludge Wave and stuff, so you stack like your poison chances with the Toxic Chain. Toxic Chain is like a really cool ability that all three of them get. I think it's least applicable probably on Okidogi. Um, like you probably just want to run it gets Guard Dog as well. For some anti-intimidate stuff. But like Toxic Chain takes Pheasantipity, which is like not really statistically all that fantastic and actually makes it pretty good. I saw Moxie Boosted made a video with it and it was like Toxic Chain with Dazzling Gleam has like a 51% chance to poison something on the opposite side of the
It's
field.
yeah, it's the same odds that Rock Slide has to flinch, right? But now
Yeah,
it's toxic.
and that's like really awesome. And it gets
Yeah,
Tailwind too, which is cool. Technician Dual Wing Beat is kind of sick too. You do like
yeah.
Terraforming Dual Wing Beat.
I really like Technician. Like I think Pheasantipity is cool. Um, like I don't know. I haven't looked at it too much yet, so I'm just curious. We sort by power here. What all does it get that actually is boosted by Technician? We are a physical attacker. Cool, cool, cool. I literally haven't looked at this mon whatsoever, so
Yeah,
we're doing
it's
this
it's
live.
its stats are very underwhelming. Its special defense is solid, which makes it probably pretty decent into Fluttermane and such. Um,
Acrobatics technician doesn't work, right?
I don't think so
I
because I do
think it's
believe it
checked
technically
first,
doubles once
and then
the
it no
item is
longer
gone.
sees technician boost because it's doubled.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty sure that's
you
how
get
that works.
dual wing beat. You get quick attack,
Oh man,
tail slap.
it's technician. It gets beat up.
You get acid spray, so you can do like technician acid spray on the special end.
Acid
Aerial
spray is actually really
ace.
interesting.
Yeah, because you can kind of stack that. You get disarming voice, double kick.
It is a real shame that
Um,
Hex is 65 base power.
for sure. Poison tail with a high crit. You can run like scope lens, technician, poison tail with a 10% chance to poison. So you still have like a partial toxic chain thing going on.
I feel like
And
Toxic Chain's
Venoshock 2
probably
is
just
also
better on this thing.
65.
I,
Yeah, I
like,
think so too. Um, you run like the special dazzling gleam set probably.
yeah, I mean, you could
And icy wind.
technically you could technically slap an assault vest on this thing and make it like just immune to dying. Like you just sit in
Immune to
front of
dying
Fluttermanes.
if you're special. Don't
Yeah,
put an
you just sit
Urshifu
in
in
front of
front of it, and it's
Fluttermanes and go,
probably
yeah,
not too
sure,
happy.
give me, give me the hit. I need it.
um, I think that's probably the weakest of the three. Though unfortunately, Pheasant
I would agree
Deputy.
with that.
It has like no
Um,
offensive output.
Monkey Dory getting fake out, I think, is like personally my favorite. But that being said, its bulk is not great.
Yeah, but look at
88,
that speed and
66,
that special
90.
attack.
Yeah, 130 special attack's really good. 106 speed is a very good speed tier to get to. But I've been playing it with Sash, like just
Mm,
Sash fake out, and then I play it as Frisk as well. I could definitely see Toxic Chain being good on this though.
yeah, Frisk is good for like close team G ladder. As always. But I've seen when I played against it, I saw like Scarf, Sludge Wave, Toxic Chain.
That's cool. Pair it
Next to
next to
like
like
Terra
Heatran.
Steel something and
Yeah,
Heatran. Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool. I like that a
Um,
lot. You also
yeah,
get
that
like
was cool.
fast taunt.
Yeah, it's a good
Y-
support mon.
yeah, it's really cool. You have like U-turn, so you can pivot out if need be. Psychic or Psyshock, depending on like what the meta actually looks like. Psyshock actually seems really okay into a field full of Fluttermanes, being able to just like exploit their super low defense. You also get Poltergeist. Granted, you have
Mm,
a attack of 75, but it's really cool that I don't think we've actually talked about it yet. There's a bunch of new TMs as well.
yes.
Notably, we have Grassy Glide back. So Grassy Glide Rillaboom gets to exist once again. It's as good as we remember it being.
Even with the slightly lowered base power of it,
I don't
it's still
know.
really good.
I don't know if you saw. Meowscarada gets Grassy Glide.
So does Ogerpon.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah.
pretty
People,
okay.
there's been some double grass stuff running around with Rillaboom plus Ogerpon.
I
Um,
was I was trying Rillaboom plus Meowscarada. It's like Meowscarada also just lines up well against opposing Rillaboom because you can just like choice band or choice scarf U-turn into them, get out, do a
yeah,
ton of damage to them, and like then once they're taken care of, you can just like grassy glide until terrain's gone.
yeah.
Leavanny also gets it. That's cool.
I don't think that's a very good Pokemon, but yeah, it.
Torterra
Let's
gets
go,
grassy
let's
glide.
go,
All right, it's
my
literally
boy, my boy. It also gets
unironically
Shell Smash. It gets Shell Smash now
unironically
too.
that might be what it needed.
It gets Shell Smash. That's what it needed. Okay, my boy is finally viable. Okay, give him his love. Shout out
Hisuian
Torterra.
Lilligant
He was on
also
my
gets
head.
it.
Oh no, he's falling. Hisuian Lilligant gets it. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of crazy. That's actually really good.
Hustle grassy
Hustle
glide
Crest.
seems pretty alright.
Yeah, until you miss.
Just don't miss. How hard is that, Jay? Just be luckier.
Pretty hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
What other TMs do we have in?
There's been a higher distribution with knockoff,
Oh,
which
I
has
didn't
been
realize knockoff got a
yeah, it
TM.
got a
That's
TM.
cool.
It got a TM. So like Tyranitar gets it, Roaring Moon gets it.
Um,
It's Okidoki gets it. Like a lot of really, really strong Pokemon now get knockoff. Rillaboom also
speaking
gets high horsepower again.
speaking of Torterra for a minute, did you
Yes.
see Empoleon gets competitive finally?
I did
It
see
got
that.
rid of Defiant and finally has a good ability.
I
I'm
forgot about that in a
so
battle and got
excited.
so got by it. I was like,
Just
yeah, I'm
get
just gonna bring my Landorus in
completely
here,
bodied.
and we're gonna be
It'll be
fine.
fine. What's the worst that happens?
Or I'll bring my Gyarados, whatever I was playing at the time, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm like, oh wait, you're +2 now.
Hmm.
The only drawback with it is that you do not get Scald. You only get Hydro Pump.
That is true. Speaking of new moves or old moves, returning moves,
Yeah, Scald.
Scald's back
It's
with
back, baby.
super limited distribution, which I am so okay with.
Yeah, but I think it's distributed like where it needs to be, like for the Pokemon
I
that
agree.
like Milotic gets it, which is really, really important for it, I think.
Inteleon gets it, so like that actually helps it out a lot as well.
Um, Iron
Dragalge is
Bundle does
interesting.
not get it, and that is amazing.
You know who does though? Walking Wake.
Yeah.
Not really surprised
As
to hear that one.
yeah, I'm not super surprised. Sinistra gets it for some reason. Surprise! I'm gonna just spoil everybody on it. Just use Matcha Gotcha instead. Not
Um,
only is it so superior,
Slowbro.
but you also get to scream Matcha Gotcha every time you hit it.
Slowbro and Slowking get it.
That's so big. Oh, that is so
It's
big for
that is
Iron.
so good for singles.
That is so big for Iron Defense Body Press.
Oh, I love
Iron Defense
Slowbro.
Body Press lovers are absolutely
In
eating right
shambles right
now.
now.
No, we're eating right now with Slowbro distribution with Scald. We can run Scald, Iron Defense Body Press, and Slack Off. Boom.
You
It's
just can't
done.
die
Okay.
until
There's no dying.
until Rillaboom goes fake out, grassy glide, bang.
It's okay. You just click Terra Grass or Terra Flying. You win.
And then you die to surging strikes. I can do this all day, Jay.
True. Well, not the grass one. The grass one lives.
I
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true. A base 110
yeah.
defense with a resisted hit.
No,
You're
Slowbro's strong.
I
I've
really
had that
like
in like
Slowbro.
all of my previous couple draft leagues, and it's been an absolute MVP for me.
I've played it unironically on ladder. Like I love Slowbro, I love Slowking.
Yeah, good Pokemon. Um, Pincurchin gets it. That's cool. Colossal
I,
gets it.
to be fair, Pincurchin needs something to make itself good, and
Oh
I don't think
yeah,
Scald's enough.
as if electric terrain isn't it? You know,
It's
the
not,
thing
let's
that
be
only
honest.
it and Miraidon get. They literally gave it like all these paradox mons that can use and like, hey Pincurchin, do you want to like do something? And it was like, nah, not really. I'm gonna
What's
just
great is like Iron Hands is one of the most popular Pokemon like in Regulation D,
yeah,
right? It literally just doesn't have an ability. Like it just it has blank text for an ability because electric terrain is never being set in your life.
yeah. Imagine Iron Hands in in a Dynamax format. And
No,
that thing is just
just
hitting you with
stop it.
max lightning and then also procking its electromorphosis or whatever it is. I think that's
What
the
is it
wrong one. I
called?
think that's
That's
yeah,
Belly
that's
Bolt.
belly bolts. Yeah.
Quark Drive.
Cork Drive.
What other new TMs do we have? You know, I should probably have had this ready.
Yeah.
Um,
Do I have it on
Pokemon
Cerebi? Is it on Cerebi?
DLC TMs.
I mean, we can also talk about the Pokemon and we can just like the TMs I guess kind of work with the Pokemon too.
I
Like
don't know if you
raw
saw.
TMs.
So Diplin obviously exists, right?
Yes, and it's
It has a
Eviolite.
signature attack called Syrup Bomb. Syrup Bomb is the first move to have a shiny variant.
Oh, I did see this. This was so cool. This
It's
was
so
so cool.
cool. I love
Also,
it.
Dipplin can use Eviolite, which is pretty cool.
Which I understand why. I like it is very apparent what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Give it to Appleton.
Come on.
Make it
Seriously, give
viable.
it to all of
That
them.
single-handedly would
I
make
love
Appleton viable.
Appleton. Oh my gosh, Appleton. I actually I think that Appleton is pretty good. It's a good mon. It's another iron defense body presser. So good in draft. Not good
Hayes
on
got a
ladder.
TM.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Dondozo fans are quaking. Also, Weezing stops Commander
Not according
from
to
working.
Showdown. I
Not on
learned that one today.
Showdown,
I
but
learned that one today.
in game it does.
Burning Jealousy's back. Flip Turn is back. Poltergeist, which
Expanding
we kind of mentioned.
force.
I died earlier to Scale Shot Baxcalibur.
That I okay, so I don't know the
Like
OU game like this, but I saw something today that Baxcalibur got banned from OU today
what?
because I think loaded dice, icicle spear, scale shot was too much.
No, it didn't get
I
banned.
I saw a meme
Yeah.
on
Oh,
Twitter.
what?
Did it get? Is it true?
It is an Uber officially.
I think it was Finchinator who posted it.
Holy cow.
That's
That's so big.
crazy. I didn't see any like actual answers on why, but my assumption would be scale shot.
Scale shot, yeah.
That's the big difference. You get speed, right? For that you get plus
You
speed
get
minus
plus speed
defense.
minus defense, yeah. Which
Yeah, so
doesn't
you can
matter
just
if they just die.
yeah. And you run it with loaded dice, so and Terra, and it's just like, yeah,
And you also
I
get
can
Icicle Spear. So like you have double stab that works with loaded dice.
yes. And the thermal exchange or
Means you're never
ability,
getting burnt.
you're never getting burned. Nasty. Yeah,
This
I
is
can see
this
it.
is awesome. All right, I have some more brewing later. I didn't realize
So
how
much
like
brewing. Yeah, we're
dude,
gonna.
it's been a hot minute since I've done some brewing, and let me tell you, it's back. I'm back,
Yeah,
baby.
I have some teams. I know we were talking about trying to get some battles between the crew and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting ready for some of those. Got some teams in the works. There's a lot of new Pokemon that are really really cool. That are brought back in the DLC. Um, we have new forms. Um, and Ogerpon is also incredibly, incredibly cool. And I don't think we could talk about the DLC without talking about that Pokemon right now, or at some point.
All right, all right, all right. I'll pull it up so we can talk about the little guy.
The little guy with the little girl, actually. Um,
Oh, I actually didn't know it had a gender.
yeah, female gender only.
Neat. I am
Um,
mistaken.
Ogerpon is awesome. And I think it has four forms, and I think that all four of the forms are extremely, extremely good.
I
they
have
they're
played
tw
against the Hearthflame and I played against the Wellspring. I played a little bit with Wellspring.
yeah.
The Cornerstone I haven't, and the Teal Mask variant I haven't. But you know, so kind of going through this, talking about the difference between them. The Teal Mask is the base form. You have your Mono Grass, and you have Defiant as an ability. Notably, if you're the base form, you get to hold an item, which is
hmm
very relevant because the other forms, your mask is what changes your type and therefore is your item that you hold. The Cornerstone variant is Grass Rock with Sturdy. The Hearth Flame, as probably is able to tell, is Grass Fire with Mold Breaker, and Wellspring, also pretty understandable, is Grass Water with Water Absorb. Um, Notably, when it uses its ability, or when it uses its mask and terras, right? This is
Yep.
only for the three that have a mask.
No, all of them
All of
have
them do.
embody
Okay.
aspect. Yep.
It changes its ability from whatever ability it has to embody aspect, which when terrid means it gains a +1 boost to a stat. Correct.
Yes. Yep.
and the stat depends
The
on which mask you use.
the Teal Mask variant gets a +1 to speed. The Hearth
Okay.
Flame gets a +1 to attack. The Cornerstone, which is the rock, gets a +1 to defense, and the Wellspring gets the +1 to special defense.
And they
Um,
all have the same stat distribution. Like putting on a mask doesn't
yep.
change their stats.
The stat
So
distribution, the move pool is all the same, but when you put on the masks, your Terra type gets locked to whatever type of the mask you have. So you're
which if
locked
you're
to
base
whatever your
form, you can
secondary type
change.
is.
Oh,
Nope, you're locked to grass.
oh, okay, okay.
Yep,
So to quickly talk about stats here, from the top, HP is 80, attack is 120, defense of 84, special attack doesn't matter, special defense is 96, and speed of 110. This thing is really cool. It is something
yes.
that a lot of players are going to see a lot, and honestly, I think you hit the nail right on the head. All of these forms are viable in some way.
And that's not
Um,
even talking about their move pools, which is
yeah,
ridiculous.
its move pool is insane,
Not only can it be an amazing physical attacker, but it also has some incredibly impactful support moves. It
insane
has
support
it
move
has
pool.
follow me, it has encore, it has helping hand, it has knockoff.
It gets
Its
spiky shield,
its signature attack is 100 power, 100 accuracy, high critical hit, called Ivy Cudgel.
which its
Horn
type
Leech,
depends on which mask you're holding. So
yes.
for the teal mask variant, it's grass, rock, fire, water, etc.
Yes, so on and
Um,
so forth.
you get horn leech, you get strength sap. I've been playing the wellspring variant with like um, leaf with like substitute leech seed, like spiky shield stuff, and just like
That's
being utterly
nasty.
annoying. Yeah, oh dude, it's so cool. And like
I uh
when
I
you
was
need to
playing
turn the
Swords
corner,
Dance.
yeah, when you need to turn the corner, you just have like Ivy Cudgel to just like punch things. And because
Yeah,
you
to
Terra to
absolutely
get
nuke
your
something.
defense boost, your special defense boost, you take hits all day and you deal a ton of damage because it's 100 base power plus your Terra plus you get a 1.2 times boost to your moves because of your mask. It hits like a truck without investment.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so powerful, it's so fast, and it has a really good matchup into a lot of the meta as well. All of its typings are really good. It gets like Swords Dance, like I said, which is something
hmm
that I've been looking at a little bit. I was playing the Hearth Flame one, which I think might be a little bit overkill with the Swords Dance. You get the 2 times boost and then you Terra and you're at 2.5 times and absolutely nothing switches into that. But I did learn that when you Terra, you actually completely lose your abilities. I thought it was something like with Spectrier when I first started playing,
No,
where it was like as
unfortunately not.
one, and they combined. And I clicked the Ivy Cudgel into a Chandelure and got flash fired after I Terra. And
I
then I
had
just like on the next turn clicked Horn Leech and regained all the health that I had lost. And
I had a match earlier where it came down to Urshifu plus Weezing versus Terrafire Ogre Pawn, and they're like, "All right, I'm gonna Spiky Shield and like just sit here and annoy you." So eventually, I just KO my Weezing to get rid of neutralizing gas. So then, like, if they Spiky Shield, I can just punch through it.
IQ level 10,000
It
play.
felt so insane, like completely unnecessary. I could have just protected that turn, but it felt so cool to be able to KO my own Weezing.
That
No,
is
I
real.
couldn't because I'm Scarf Urshifu. I couldn't protect.
Oh, so you were locked.
I
So
was locked
that was
into Surging
optimal then.
Strikes. Yeah,
That was optimal. Good play. Respect.
and I'm sure I would have KO'd through like even at -1 because it's still Surging Strikes from Urshifu, like Terra Water Urshifu into a fire,
Yeah.
mono fire type, but like we had to do it for the gram, right? Like,
You had to. You had to stun on him. What's the point of winning if you're not winning with a flex, right? Like, I'm gonna KO my own Pokemon and still beat you. That's one hell of a read, though. Imagine if they didn't Spiky Shield and they just Horn Leech into you and you one shot your Weezing and you just get absolutely OHKO'd by the Horn Leech or the Wood Hammer, and you're
It's like, you know what? I deserve this.
this this is what I get for playing with fire, literally. But yeah, this Pokemon's really strong.
It's really cool. I am very excited to see how well it plays because right now it's not everywhere, but I mean Urshifu wasn't everywhere when it first came out either.
It's having a similar performance to it's like
I
it's floating around, I think, the same levels as Fluttermane and Urshifu at the moment. I think
oh
they're
see, I haven't
all
played it nearly that much.
I've ran into it quite a bit. I've ran into a lot of the base form, the grass form. Um like the benefits that you get from that really, really do outweigh the negatives that you get from not having a mask. Defiant and holding an item is really, really good for it. Um So you can potentially run like Defiant Choice Scarf on it. The only thing is that you lose some of that nice coverage that you get with the other forms, which kind of stinks.
Hmm.
Those other typings are good, are very good both defensively and offensively, and also have really good abilities paired with them as well. Mold Breaker lets you use your Ivy Cudgel into Heatran before you Terra, which is awesome. In Sun at +2, I think you one shot like extremely bulky Heatran. Um,
That's really good to know.
and at a neutral hit, which is crazy. The rock one, you get sturdy, which is like a built-in focus sash, so that's cool. You'll take a focus sash plus like an expert belt on all your moves. And the water one, that water absorb makes it actually really nice into Urshifu Rapid Strike if your team is weak to it. You
Yep.
can take those surging
I
sticks.
I have earlier I was playing with like Heatran Wellspring, and it's like, all right, I'm going to Urshifu Surging Strikes your Heatran. Swap. And they're like, all right, I'm going to Willow Wisp into your Dork. Nope. It's like I did this for like 3 turns in a row, and I'm just like, please make a different play. Like I'm very telegraphing what I'm going to do, and they just played into it every turn. All right, well, fine, I guess.
I'll take it.
I lost that game.
Oh,
Uh, the team I was playing was not very good. It was
yeah.
very unoptimized Mimikyu Snorlax stuff. I'm just like,
Oh, I saw what you were cooking with that a little bit
yeah,
earlier.
it was. It's not where I want it to be. I think Mimikyu Snorlax like historically has done well. I think in a format like this, it has potential. It's something that I have been like thinking about all day and like trying to work on, but it's like what supporting cast do I get to play? I was playing what's the new dork's name?
Sinistra.
Yes,
I
because
love that Pokemon.
Poltergeist is this baby, right?
Yeah, they did a little Uno reverse card on us with the
Yes,
naming
Sinistcha.
there.
Which, for the record, I called it. I 100% said this thing was going to evolve, and I'm pretty sure Carl's like, nah, it won't. It's like, you wait and see.
Just wait. You watch. And it's a really cool Pokemon.
It
I've
is.
I've been playing around with it too, and it has a very limited move pool, but its move pool is so
It does.
strong. It's so good. Gets Rage Powder, it gets Trick Room Imprison, it gets its Matcha Gotcha move, which is a spread damage, I think 20 or 30% chance to burn,
Yep.
and it heals you for each Pokemon you do damage to, 50% of the damage you did. It's like Giga
Yep.
Drain there too. It
It's
is
it's spread scald.
it's in
It's
with
20%
healing.
burn. Yeah, it's
With
20% burn.
healing.
It's scald plus Giga Drain plus spread move.
Its only drawback is that it's 90% accurate,
Just don't
80%
miss.
damage. Just don't miss. Which I mean if you're hitting into both of them, you're likely to hit one of them. So like
That being
90%
said,
accuracy for all the benefits you get is a fine trade-off.
I played probably like 10 games with this team, uh, and I think I went like 3-7 with it. Like, not a very good record. Matcha Gotcha got 0 burns.
Really? That's
I'm just
unlucky.
I'm
That's
absurdly
unlucky.
unlucky. I hit every one, both targets. I hit every single
That's
target,
extremely
but
unlucky.
I never got a burn.
That is so unlucky. That's nothing else you can say about it.
It's just
It
like, sure, man,
yeah,
whatever.
oh, I played it on like a trick room team and like
Mhm.
it was consistent enough. I hit a couple burns. Like it wasn't anything special, you know, it doesn't feel like scald burns when you get it. But the added benefit is really nice when you do get it. Like I've burned in Iron Hands a couple times in really good moments, which is always what you love to see.
100%. So,
It's got
let's see. I had a list of, yeah. There's the list of all the returning Pokemon. Um, Honestly, there's a couple things in here that are actually pretty interesting.
yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna start at the top of the list and just kind of just read the Pokédex. You stop me if there's something you want to talk about. Sound good?
Okay.
So we have the Ariados line, Yanmega line. Quagsire was already in the game. You could get base
Uh,
Quagsire, right?
I did I don't think you could.
I think you
I
could
could be
trade for one.
I'm not too sure because I think it was only Clodsire. Um, I think this is the first time we're able to get Quagsire in this game. Base Quagsire.
Um, Mightyena, Volbeat, and Illumise, Crawdont, Leavenny, Rabombi. Rabombi's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
Rabombi's cool. Crawdon gets adaptability.
it
Um,
it slaps really hard.
you played in a Lumos team once. It was like Prankster, Tailglow. I think it still gets Tailglow.
It wasn't very good. I don't
Yeah, I
remember
ran
this.
up
So.
against one I ran up against one the other day to remind me of it. I think it still does. No, it doesn't get Tail Glow anymore. So yeah, it sucks. It does get Prankster
No,
Tailwind though,
because
so if you don't want to use Tornadus.
Illumise is the female, and female lightning bugs don't glow. It's Volbeat that gets it,
Okay, is it? Really? Am
which
I just
also gets Prankster.
Oh, it does get Tail Glow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
Tail Glow Baton Pass. Alright, that's what you run
I
there.
Okay. Now that you say that, I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember that now?
I
Okay.
do. I don't remember what I was passing into, but I do remember that.
Something
Was it
that was a
Hatterene?
special attacker, probably to expanding force stuff next to Indeedee.
That sounds like something I would do.
That would make a lot of sense. Which Hatterene gets expanding force again. Hard Trick Room fans eating right now. I know Bruno was pretty lit about it on Twitter, so
I didn't
shout
see
outs to your
expanding
Hard
force on
Trick
the
Room
list.
planners. It's there. Hat is back. The cat in the
Huh.
hat is back with expanding. Oh wait, no, it's not. Am I bugging? I swear I saw it on Twitter somewhere. Oh my
All right, all
gosh.
right. I'm looking. I'm
I
looking.
lied, everybody. I'm a liar. Don't believe me. Hat is not back.
It
Hard
gets
Trick
Misty
Room?
Explosion,
It does get mistakes.
but no, no,
I
no
thought
expanding
Expanding
force.
Force was back as a TM. That would have been disgusting.
Well,
Um,
sorry, Hatterene. Your day to shine is not
yeah.
today.
They didn't bring back Meteor Beam either, which makes me sad. I absolutely loved missing that 90% accurate move after wasting my
Every
power
time.
up on it every time
Every
when I
time.
needed it. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm sad that Expanding Force is not back on Hatterene, but I'm also happy to not have to run Wide Guard or a Dark type in a format run by Fluttermane.
Back to the list.
Bring it
Arbok,
back.
Raichu, Victory Bell. It's fine. It's not very good, but it's fine.
Hmm.
Furret, another follow me user.
Also
Plus, it's
gets,
adorable.
I think it gets Extreme Speed Belly Drum,
That sounds
unless
correct.
that might be the other one. Lanoon.
That one I know is it gets. I literally
Yeah,
have
this one
Showdown. Why are we
doesn't.
questioning this?
Yeah, I don't know. Because we're dumb.
It does not get extreme speed. It
It
does
does
not
not
get
get
belly
Belly
drum.
Drum. Yep, this thing stinks.
It gets follow me. It takes 2 hits
Yeah,
and
use
dies.
use Mouse Hold instead, man.
This one gets frisked.
Or Clefairy. Yeah, okay, okay. Open team sheets.
You get to frisk them,
You get
take
to
two
frisk them
hits,
so
and die.
you can remind yourself to check your open team sheet because hey, we've all been there, right? We've all, not brought your setup Dragonite to the unaware Dondozo matchup because it was actually oblivious,
To
and
be
you thought it was
fair,
unaware
to be
in
fair,
round 14 of Hartford, trying to make
its
top
other
8.
abilities are terrible. It gets Runaway and Keen Eye, so like
I guess you can run Frisk here if you really want to. Keen doesn't it doesn't drop your evasion, so therefore you oh wait yeah
it
yeah
ignores their evasion stat.
can't y- oh so it's not even a Dipling counter. What is this thing? Why are we talking about it? Why?
He's
Why
a
are we
cute little
here?
guy.
Yeah, it's got a pink shiny. That's cool.
I love that shiny. It's so good. It's just a
Get
little
sucker
strawberry
punched.
cheesecake little guy.
Yeah, it's tidy up. Just use mouse hold or
Uh,
Clefairy.
all right. Staraptor, Lurantis, the Applin line, including its new evolution Diplin. We'll talk about Diplin here in a minute. Ninetales is back. Poliwrath and Politoed are back.
Ninetales is big. We can talk about these guys together. And
Yeah,
Politoed.
let's talk about
The
Ninetales, both forms
weather.
of Ninetales, and some Politoed.
The weather homies. Weather got buffed a little bit by actually giving us good setters.
Ninetales is strictly worse than Torkoal. Alolan Ninetales
Uh,
is probably still better than Obama Snow.
it's definitely better than Abomasnow. I think Ninetales and Torkoal is debatable. I think it depends on what you want. Ninetales gives you like a really good fast offensive option that doesn't need the Trick Room setup,
That is true.
and that's important. It
Oh,
outspeeds
its base
Urshifu,
stats are so bad. It has
but
81 special attack.
yeah, but I think that's still enough with like Solar Beam to kill an Urshifu probably to knock it out.
Yeah,
Special
you can.
defense is kind of weak.
100 special
Um,
defense isn't garbage. 100 speed's fine.
no, I'm saying
Unfortunately,
Urshifu's special defense, not
oh yeah,
Ninetales.
yeah,
Ninetales is
gotcha. Now
decent.
I'm following.
It's okay. But I definitely think the Alolan Ninetales is much better than Abomasnow. The fast Aurora Veil is a big buff there.
And I mean, it got a buff to its speed in the Alolan form. It's 109 versus base 100, so
Oh, that's really good too. I
109
think it's
is really good speed
Moonblast.
set.
You get Stab Moonblast too,
And you get
which
Icy
is
Wind.
and Blizzard and Freeze Dries. Like the Blizzards don't hit that hard, but it's like a nice. I think it's probably your best like Iron Bundle partner.
It's really
Um,
good next to Bundle. I played against
yeah,
it a couple times. Like, it's fine. It's really good.
I think it's
Um,
definitely the better of the snow ones. Politoed, I think is gonna be really good. I've definitely seen a lot of quite a few Politoads. Rain's already strong, you know.
Politoed, I've played against Politoed probably about as equally as much as Pelipper here. And like the reason people are playing Pelipper still is because it has access to Tailwind and Wide Guard,
Yeah,
both of which are very
and
good
Wide Guard,
abilities, right? Like both good attacks.
and it's
Um,
neutral to Ogre Pond too, which is big deal.
that is true. As opposed to Politoed, that like is bulkier and it gets access to like Perish Song, which I mean that's relevant. I've played against it. It's fine.
Doesn't it get like yawn too? Which is
I don't know the answer to that. Let me.
no, it does not. All right,
What
it's
else we got on this move
Parasong.
pool?
Gets Haze.
Gets Encore. Gets Icy Wind.
Does get Icy Wind.
Muddy Water.
Parasong.
Gets
Belly
Psychic.
Drum.
That's cool.
Run
I didn't
run
know that.
Belly Drum. You can run Mist on it if you want to get unique. Zapdos
Unironically,
backdrops.
like Chilling Water Politoed
Hypnosis.
sounds really cool.
I always say that about Pokemon, and I'm like, yeah,
And then
Chilling
you
Water
never
sounds
do it.
so good on it, and then it just is like, yeah, I'm gonna click this 50 base power move for like an attack drop that they're just gonna switch out, and it's gonna stink.
I mean,
Um,
Pelipper gets Chilling Water too. Both of them get
yeah,
Helping Hand. Um, I don't know. I mean,
This one gets Earth Power. Polito gets Earth Power, which is like good coverage, but um yeah, I think the thing with like Politoed is that Ogerpon is a thing. Like grass types are really strong in this format. So strong to the point to where Amoonguss has pretty much fallen off the face of the format. Um, it really hasn't been around all that often because there's not too much value when you're getting yoinked into an Ogerpon Follow Me on your Spore and you can't Rage Powder away the Ivy Cudgel that's coming your way, um,
yep.
or the Grassy Glide or the Flower Trick
I'm
or
I'm
whatever.
so glad that Amoonguss is falling off.
I
I
am
just
so sad. That's my
it
comfort
makes me
mon.
so happy. This is the duality of man right now.
Duality of man. Amoonguss, Amoonguss lovers, Amoonguss haters.
Rise up, Rillaboom fans. The superior grass type is arisen.
Until you take your pollen buffs. Eat your pollen puff breakfast. Yeah, nah, in this format, like it definitely looks extremely tough for Amoonguss. I think that there's not as much value in it with a grass type follow me user now. And Ogerpon is going to be running a set of moves, and I think follow me is probably going to be somewhere around like 50% usage on it. I think it's going to be one of its top 4 or 5 moves more than likely. You'll probably see like offensive sets with Swords Dance or Substitute or something. You'll see some supportive ones with Follow Me and Encore. And you'll see some mixed with Follow Me, Ivy Cudgel, a grass type move or a coverage move and whatever.
Dude,
So
it just does so much.
it does. It's really, really strong. Um, and yeah, with the amount of just there's so many grass types, and Sinistra is another one to just add into the pot. Um, Among Us is just in a really weird spot right now. And then
You
you
want to
put
get
on
back to the
top of that
list?
fire type Ogerpon. Yeah, we can get back to the list.
Gyarados isn't new. Noctowl sucks.
Yep.
Ambipom isn't new. Is it new?
That is new. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You get Technician Fake Out and stuff.
I played against someone earlier who was playing Technician Fury Swipes.
Hmm.
They missed.
Loaded dice.
Nope.
Guess not loaded
They were
dice.
Sash.
Maybe
They
should have
were
been loaded dice.
and because I had Wheezing out, they didn't have Technician.
So it did absolutely nothing.
They were a very sad Ambipom because I also burnt them.
Yeah.
And then I said, all right, you don't do anything. I can ignore you.
Live wheezing reaction.
Heracross isn't new. Is it new?
No, I don't think so.
Mamoswine, who cares? It's not very good.
Yeah, don't let Angelo hear that.
He's not here. He can't defend himself.
Yeah, just Chi-Pow superior. Alright, just use the better ice types.
I did calcs with Mamoswine today. It can't Oko, Flutter Mane, and you die really quickly to it. So,
Yep, so don't use it. It stinks. It gets Ice Shard
um,
for Landorus, I guess.
Shiftry, not very good.
That
Gardevoir
one, I
Gallade.
don't think that one's new. Is it new?
Shiftry's new because you get Shiftry and Ludicolo. We're
Do
just
you know
not to
what? Yeah, I
Ludicolo yet.
used it in RTT and Sword and Shield, not in Scarlet and Violet. Shiftry
Uh,
is a real one.
Diddly Diddly Whoop. That
Oh,
doing anything for
Kricketune.
you?
Kricketune is like fun in draft leagues. Like it's like Parasong. Song. That's cool.
That's the best I got.
That's all I got for you.
Pachirisu,
That was
Lucario,
already here.
Lilligant, Trevenant's back.
Yes,
Too
another
bad
grass
there's
ghost
a
type.
billion grass types that are also playable,
There's like
so
4 grass ghost types now.
true. Lycanroc isn't new. Greedent isn't new. Greedent
No.
is okay. Toadscruel, Sinistra, which we've talked about, Arcanine, Golem. We can talk about
Yes,
Alolan Golem.
and a Lola Golem. I've been looking at this thing. I actually have it pulled up on my my showdown right now.
So
Um,
you
just
know,
big boom.
slaking. Slacking on Discord, right?
Yes,
You know
yes,
who I'm talking about?
yes.
Years ago in the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon era, he was playing Galvanized Explosion Golem.
Mm. Taste.
This is in a restricted format. In his plan, he was Sash, so he could galvanize explosion to KO the opposing Kyogre.
I wonder if Terra Normal boosts the power of it because it's still a normal type move. It just changes to an electric type when you use it. This is something
Why
that
don't you just Terra Electric?
because you're still weak to ground.
I mean, just don't get hit by ground type moves.
Yeah, that's
So it is
that's the
not a
goal,
normal
right?
type. It is not a normal type move. It becomes an electric type move.
Okay, so you
So
do need the Terra Electric
yes,
for it.
you would Terra Electric, so then you get your
Okay, so
adaptability boost
you just
plus the
obviously you just do it
1.25,
next to Ogre Pond and you click follow me.
and then your Ogre Pond dies because explosion hits everything.
Worth it.
No,
No, it doesn't. It's a grass type because it's an electric type move,
you
so
pair
it
it next
lives.
to Sinitsha. Oh wait, no. Do we have you pair it next to Pachirisu?
There it is.
We got there, boys.
No, we pair it next to Toadscruel,
Let's
okay?
see.
And we
No,
click Rage Power because
you
it's
do
it's ground type.
Pachirisu because you have Follow Me Volt Absorb, so you're immune to it.
Yeah, but you're a ground type with Toadscruel, so you're also immune to it.
Yeah, but that one doesn't redirect the opposing spore.
Who needs it? It's gone, okay? You click Explosion, it's dead.
They outspeed you.
What? Wait, does Amoonguss actually? How slow are we?
Probably Golem's slow, dude.
Yeah, it's slow, but I think let me see here.
45 versus Amoonguss.
30.
Oh, oh, oh. Hold on
Yeah.
now.
Amoonguss isn't it's not even
Amoonguss fans in
relevant.
shambles again.
It's relevant, irrelevant.
They're gonna get exploded on.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's a resisted hit, so it doesn't
If
matter.
if if we're not cooking this up for a ladder episode, I don't know what we're doing. We no okay, this is it, all right? This is what we do, okay? You put it next to Terra Ground Mousehold.
Go on.
You have Frengard.
That's it. That's the.
That's it. And you just fake the follow me. You just feint it, right? And like you just click Terra Electric, you pop bomb it instead.
Nothing's living a population bomb and a galvanized Terra Electric explosion.
What are you doing? What are you doing about it? Nothing. I guess it's also a 2-for-2 trade, but we can make that work.
No, Mousehold's immune. You're Terra. Oh wait, no, we can't
Because we
Terra
still want a
both.
Terra Electric. A Toadscruel has to be Toadscruel or Pachirisu. Those are the two.
Those are your options, and I really
I
like the
also
idea of Pachirisu because it's adorable.
yeah,
No one's gonna see it coming.
no one. Yeah, oh yeah, that Stomp and Tantrum. Yeah, we can run Charm on it too, or Baby Doll Eyes and get that -1 early. Live
How do we ever beat Landorus?
Terra Grass.
That
And
doesn't
then
change our explosion.
you run the Rock type move. You run a Stone Edge,
Oh, we just
and
Terra Blast them.
and you crit.
I mean,
You Terra Blast Electric,
We have a. Okay, so we don't Terra Electric.
but then we're not doing the explosion stuff. We're not
Terra
getting
Blast
the
is always an electric move.
yeah, because it's a normal. It's well,
Too bad our special attack is like 30.
yeah.
Okay, it's 55, but still.
Okay, the list, Carter. The list.
All right. We'll come back to Golem eventually.
We'll come back to you, Golem, my precious. It's Earthquake. That does our Landorus problem, right?
Sudowoodo. Conkelder. Do we want to
Oh,
talk about the
Conkeldurr.
Conk?
Yeah, it gets Guts. It gets Mach Punch. Um,
I mean, it's just
it's
like
got some
worse than
cool.
Ursaluna, right?
Uh,
You
no,
get a
because it
priority
beats
move.
Ursaluna,
You do get a
but
priority move,
but
whereas
but
Ursaluna
Ursaluna
doesn't.
Barcelona Blood Moon does. Did you know
We
that?
haven't got that far.
We haven't got that far.
Uh, Noivern, Barraskewda, Hatterene, more Pico fans.
More Pico fans. Or wheel your way on
Orthworm,
over here. Orthworm, my guy.
Mousehold, Annihilate, Snorlax. I kind of
Snorlax
already
is
talked to
back.
Snorlax. It's fine. It'll do things.
Gets belly
Ludicolo,
drum.
Probopass. You want to talk about Ludicolo?
Um, Fake out Swift Swim is gonna do the same stuff as always. Doesn't get
Yeah, I
scald.
mean, it's just another piece to your rain team.
Doesn't get
It's your
scald.
special attacker, Swift
It
Swimmer.
doesn't get scald, so it stinks.
I mean, Hydro Pump. Muddy Water?
Yeah, they
Muddy Water?
miss muddy water.
Nope.
No.
Surf.
Chilling water.
Do we get Trailblaze? Oh,
Yes, you
we get
do.
Trailblaze?
Ogrepon also gets Trailblaze.
Probopass. Is that new?
It's got good stats. Steel type.
Luxray? Charger Bug and Vikavolt. Both of which are actually pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Batteries are
Charjabug gets
really cool
battery.
ability. And I
Put
mean, it's
next
fairly
to
bulky with
Golem, right?
if you like. Hold on now. Hold on. Isn't that special attack or is it all damaging moves?
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure battery is just special.
I thought it
attack.
was electric moves. I thought it boosted electric moves, so I was just rolling with the vibes right now. I don't even know
Um,
where we're at this point.
Vikavolt. That's where we're at,
That thing's got a crazy special attack
dude.
stat.
It's so good.
What is it, 145?
There's no way they make this legal for RTT this season, right?
It historically has been.
Yeah, and historically, it's been very good.
Yeah, but it
Like,
hasn't been oppressive, and now it can't Dynamax
I
and weakness
disagree.
policy.
I think you didn't die to Matthew enough.
I mean, I did. It was very strong, but I like overly prep for the Vikavolt.
I
Um,
tried to too, and I still got slammed.
yeah,
I think there's an argument to ban it. It's
I
really
think there
good,
is an
man.
argument there, but I think there's also an argument on the opposing side. It has very low speed, and its defensive stats or whatever, and its defensive typing is whatever. But like Levitate's good, and now you can like Terra Electric Levitate. Go weak, no weaknesses.
And then you get
Yeah,
adaptability, no weaknesses.
yeah. That might be bannable.
All
Well,
right, all
I'll
right.
talk with the
We
council about that one.
Oricorio's not new. Sandslash is new though, right?
Yep, both forms.
Yeah,
Matthew is eating.
they're both still bad.
Yeah, they really are. I do like the steel form, the steel ice type form.
Do
We were
we?
we cooked with the Alolan Sandshrew and the Deepak.
Yes, we did, and it was sick.
Yeah, that team was cool.
Gengar is not new. Speaking of Deepak Pokemon, we have Gligar. That thing's
Hell
probably pretty good, right?
yes. Um, I I th- it would definitely be good. Let me see. It's base stat total 430. I know we're upping the
Holy cow, this thing is absurd. You slap an Eviolite on this thing and it just can't
yeah,
die.
so we're working on something for like the comeback on the DLC. At least they are. I haven't been a part of it because I'm too busy. But I know they're planning on upping the base stat totals, but I think that this thing is going to be outside of the base stat totals potentially. 430 is
Dude,
very
that's
high.
really high.
That's a big difference. But I know they're supposedly letting in like Girafarig and Dunsparce, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is legal. Uh
I mean, okay, if that's the case,
oh,
Girafarig is
it doesn't get poison heal at the very least,
No,
but
you
this is like
just
a
slap
good
an
attacker,
Eviolite on
right?
this thing, though.
Eviolate's probably banned on this thing.
I mean, I
Probably
would hope so.
all
Base
those high
105
tiers are banned,
defense.
yeah. Honestly, you slap a choice scar for choice band on this thing, and this thing's nasty. You can't intimidate it. 75 base attack.
That's
Gliscor.
really good. Gliscor
Gliscor, I
is
think
just
you're
like
probably just better off using Landorus, probably.
Gliscor is a singles Pokemon. It always has
Yeah,
been.
yeah. It's cool, mon though. I love its design, and its shiny is amazing.
Houndoom and Grumpig both aren't new. Mandibuzz got some
Mandibuzz
Mandibuzz
is new.
fans, and it's still probably pretty okay.
Yeah, Overcoat a little less relevant if
Hail's not running
Amoonguss
around.
is
Sand's not
and
running around.
Amoonguss specifically is not running around as much. Also being a dark type in a format ran by Fluttermane is not the most ideal thing in the world,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it does have fantastic special defense.
Do we
Roost
get
is a great
Toxic
tool
again?
for it.
I know Toxic's a TM.
I hope so.
We
It'd be
do.
nice.
And we get Tailwind back. All right, we're
Yeah, you can
cooking.
run this thing weak armor with like weakness policy.
You run it like weak armor,
Oh
Terra
my god,
ground, and
65 and
you
55
rock blast
attacks.
yourself.
Its
Now,
attack stats are abysmal.
oh yeah, they're
65
not
and
good.
55.
They're not good.
Yeah, scratch that
There's a
idea,
reason your
don't do that.
primary damaging attack is always foul play.
Yeah, good point, good point. Probably not
um,
amazing.
Mudsdale's not new. Como, that's
Como is
that's
new.
that's a
I've
reason
seen
you
that
run
quite a bit.
haze.
A lot of people are running Clangorous Soul on it too to get that
Yeah,
Omni boost.
and then you make them sad because you haze them, or you clear smog them.
Well, they're running Terra Steel to stop that. And obviously to stop the impending Moonblast Doom that is in their face from Choice Specs Flare. But
Okay, so if they're Terra Steel, then you just Surging Strikes them and they're sad again.
yeah,
Like
yes, it
it's a
is
mod
really
that
cool though.
exists. I
If
do
you get
I
it in the
do
right
really like it.
positions,
I
it's a
do really like
positional
it.
Pokemon. It's one of those if you get it set up at the right time, it can be really tough to deal with.
All right, I think it's finally time to get on my soapbox and talk about Wheezing.
Okay, I'm
I've
with
really
you on
tried
this
to
one.
avoid it a lot.
I'm here. I'm here to
Wheezing's
talk about
so
it too.
freaking good. It's so good, man. It's so relevant. It shuts off everything good except for like photosynthesis, which is fine because you just pair it next to your Flutter main anyway. Like
Yep, it's a
it's so
dozo
absurd.
check, not only because it gets neutralizing gas, which stops Commander from going in if you're on the field, but
It
also gets
gets clear
haze
smog
and clear smog
and you get will o wisp.
and Will-O-Wisp. So Dondozo fans hating that. Um,
It's
it's
so good. It
good into
shuts off
prankster Pokemon.
so many
So
abilities.
if you have something really fast, like I don't know, like your Chia and Pows or something, you could run it next to your Weezing. You don't get your Sword of Ruin boost, fine, but you also aren't gonna get got by a Prankster Tailwind into Terra Water Surging Strikes from Tornadus and Urshifu. You can now maneuver that battle a little bit better. You can now protect in front of Urshifu. Um, neutralizing gas is a fantastic ability. I loved Weezing when you could pair it next to Regigigas.
So
Um,
I was trying to do stuff next to Slaking, right? Like that was my first thought. As soon as I saw coughing, my first thought is, "Holy cow, we can do Slaking things." Slaking's actually finally going to be relevant. It's not. It's so bad.
no,
It's just,
Weezing though,
and that's where I went. It's like I was playing Wheezing, Clefairy, Slaking. I'm like, there's got to be something here to make like Slaking playable, and just like that was the worst part of the team. So then I'm like, well, what if we just slap like Fluttermane and Urshifu next to this? And then I'm like, well, okay, what if we
wait a
also
second.
what if we slap like Heatran and Rillaboom next to this too? It's like just like it pairing it next to Urshifu is so cool because it's like they can't protect in front of you because if you just swap out your Wheezing, Unseen
Yeah,
Fist is back
they're
turned on.
getting smacked.
Yeah, it's like it creates so many mind games of like what do they do? Because like
Yeah,
if you swap out Wheezing and bring in like Rillaboom, now you set up Grassy Surge, so that's completely fine. And then you get to pick up a KO with Urshifu. It might go down, which then allows you to bring back in Wheezing. You already have Grassy Terrain set, so who cares? Your Grassy Glides are turned on. Oh, your Grassy Terrain's over? Swap your Wheezing back out.
and so I'm not sure if it works, but I know it worked with Zacian back in Sword and Shield. But maybe with Ogerpon, you can swap it in and out, keep getting your embody aspect boosts, and keep stacking.
I I
I don't
haven't
know if
tested
that
it.
works.
I
but
haven't tested it yet.
it's one that when you switch it back in, you get that boost again. So it's not one that's coded for one time only. But while we're on the topic of
Interesting.
wheezing, something that I've said, I've played a lot with wheezing in my day. Like I said, I played it a lot in Sword and Shield. I think that the best players of wheezing are the people who play it aggressively and the ones who are able to make plays like switch it out so you can get your surging strikes or your unseen fist, play aggressively and not protect it to lose your neutralizing gas and get a will-o-wisp off or something. Playing aggressively ends with very good plays. I know with like the Regigigas stuff, a lot of people played extremely conservatively because if you lost your Wheezing, you lost your Gigas. But the most key portion of that team, in my opinion, was always the Wheezing. If you played your Wheezing right, you win your games.
Yep.
So I think that here, like you said, you were trying to get it with the slacking and it wasn't working. The Wheezing is the important piece, and it's controlling the board state. And instead of enabling stuff, it's controlling stuff. And I think that's where it's going to be its best. And I love that Pokemon. I'm so excited to see.
It's been nothing but insanely good. Like legitimately, I anytime in team preview, I'm just like, that's a relevant ability. That's a relevant ability. Okay, yeah, they have like four things that I don't want them to have an ability. I'm bringing Wheezing,
Yeah,
and like, there's been multiple times it's just like, oh, and like, I'm playing it next to Landorus, getting multiple intimidates by being able to swap out your Wheezing. It's
swap
like,
in and out.
it's so good. It does so many relevant things, and it's just insane every time. Every game I've brought it, it has felt like the best Pokemon on the team. And that's saying something when you're pairing it next to Fluttermane, Urshifu, Rillaboom, right? Like, you take
Yeah,
the good core
you
that
put
have
it with
all very
this.
relevant abilities, pair Wheezing with it. It's
It's
insane.
mind blowing, but it's amazing. And also, I know you're a fan of the fairy wheezing, the Galarian
Galarian
wheezing.
Wheezing's been good.
There is also the Cantonian wheezing, the
Mm-hmm.
regular form, which I'm more of a fan of myself. But on the fairy wheezing, you also get the option to run Misty Terrain if you want to. You get Misty Surge on that as a
True, true.
as an option too. So if something like Amoonguss happens to be very popular, you can use that to control your field state and also prevent against burns and such in that way if certain things start picking up, which I think is cool. It gives it some flexibility. Obviously, I think neutralizing gas is much better. Um, there's so much value you get from that, like we were talking about, but it's a nice other option. I do like that poison type wheezing though. I think it's so nice. The but the fairy typing, the strange team is really really cool too.
It's been nothing but insane.
Yeah, shout
And
out wheezing.
if you have not played with Wheezing, I would highly recommend you just slap it on. Just take the good stuff team, slap Wheezing on it in that last flex spot, and it's insane. It is so freaking good. I can't stress that enough. You want to get back to the list?
Yeah, sure. We can clean up this list. I don't think there's anything else that's like too
There's some
incredibly
minor stuff.
impactful.
Me and
Yeah.
Xiao's like fine. Dusclops isn't all that good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good
Cresselia's.
though.
I
It's
mean,
still
yeah, like
okay. It's
Cresselia still
viable.
exists. Urshifu still exists. Like, there's checks and balances to Dusclops. It still makes it relevant.
Yeah.
Um, Chimeko sucks. Marcargo sucks. Chandelure's pretty all right.
Chandelure
That's
is cool.
that's another like
Flash
fire type with
Fire,
flash fire. Um,
Trick Room, Shadow Ball.
Unfortunately, um you're slower than Fluttermane, and so like ghost types that are slower than Fluttermane, which is essentially all of them, are kind of at a liability.
Yeah, it's a struggle. You need to Terra or you need to live
Which,
it, and
granted,
it's a little hard to do.
Chandelure you can like Terra Steel, and then like you have your Flash Fire, so you can like be immune to the fire attacks coming in. Like,
Yeah, you
unfortunately,
probably
you're
want to
still
go
weak to
Terra
like,
Grass.
yeah. I mean, that's probably still like the best one. Like, it's just like Heatran things, right?
Yeah, I feel like you might
Um,
just want to use like Ceruledge. You can
yeah,
just like Shadow Sneak.
Yeah,
and get the KO on
it's a
Fluttermane, which is
physical
nice.
attacker that gets to pressure Fluttermanes.
Yeah, or if you want to, you would use, I think that like Heatran, Armor Rouge, Ceruledge, Cresselia, like Chandelure is really cool, and if you're a fan of it, you can use it. It has Amazing Shiny. It's really really cool Pokemon, but unfortunately, it's a tough meta for it.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. Some more Pokemon that are actually pretty relevant because there's Masquerain. It sucks. Clefairy and Clefable.
Yes,
Um,
Clefairy is cool.
Carl and I a few episodes back did some brewing, and I have a pretty decent Clefairy spread that I haven't got to really use on anything. But I mean, you live like Moonblast is like a I believe 3-hit KO. Surging Strikes is a 2-hit KO on this build, and it's just like you just sit in front of everything. You just
Well, you
take
can
hits.
hit me up with that
I
because I
got
have
you.
a Clefairy team
I got you.
I've been working on recently, so I'll take it. My spread is thrown together. I don't think Clefable is super
It's a singles Pokemon.
notable in VGC. It's got cool options to it, if that's something you want, but most of the time you're just gonna use Fluttermane instead. You do get like the Follow Me, but in that case you're just gonna use Clefairy for the EV
Um,
Light boost.
According to this, Clefable is currently in OU, which I'm not surprised by.
No, I'm sure it's fantastic in singles. It's probably not it in
Yeah, I mean, you're just like
in doubles.
Moonblast, Stealth Rock, Calm Mind, Soft Foiled. You just sit in front of everything, take hits forever, and then eventually KO everything. Yeah, Clefable's awesome.
Yeah.
You're Magic Guard or Unaware, so like you can't be set up on. You can be Life Orb with Magic Guard, so you just can't ever die. Yeah, Clefable's awesome, man. Bronzor's not new. Glamour's not new. Milotic, that's a relevant Pokemon.
Yep, it's pretty
Milotic
good.
might be the best water type that was added.
I
Like
think definitely.
just like thinking about like what all we've talked about.
And it
The
gets
only
scald.
thing, yeah, I mean that's like the biggest thing, right? Like it's a water type that actually gets its best move.
Yeah, it's
Um,
extremely bulky. It gets recover.
yeah, it everything that it has ever done, it continues to get to do. Like yeah, the non-sparse isn't new. Whiskash isn't new.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's not good. Um, Garchomp, Carbink, not new. I feel like I played against Carbink in draft league.
Yeah, no, it's not new.
Salazzle, Weavile is also not new, right?
No, then that's not new.
Glalie, Frostlass, Electros is
They're
new.
all no.
All right, well,
Yeah,
Goodra, Swanna,
that's new. Yeah, you should be
it's
looking
not
through.
good.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you this list because this one has all the
Dreadnought,
new Pokemon.
Cramorant.
Cramorant's back. Shout out Cram fans. All right,
Shout
Cram
outs
Nation, rise
to
up.
Captain Unova. Sheldon's finally happy.
Foiled Feline. Shout out to Foiled Feline as well, and shout out to me. We are the Cram Stands, and we are coming to a city near you. All right. Watch
um,
as I surf next to my Gastrodon and get boosts.
and to round it out, we have a bunch of other Pokemon that are already added. Ogerpon, the Loyal 3 that we already talked about. Basculin, Bascu Legion, and Ursaluna. I guess we can finally talk about Blood Moon Ursaluna.
Blood Moon. Yes, we haven't talked about this. This thing is really scary.
I literally don't know anything about it.
So it gets special attacking normal type Gigaton Hammer. Its ability is a mix of Keen Eye and Scrappy. So it can hit ghost types with normal and fighting type moves. So you can hit Fluttermane with Terra Normal Blood Moon, it's called. It's 140 base power. It can only be used once. You can't use it twice in a row. And then it gets Earth Power, it gets Calm Mind, it gets Vacuum Wave
That's cool.
for special type priority, which is crazy. It
Yeah,
has like
that's like actually the
oh,
first like relevant vacuum wave user I've ever heard
yeah,
of.
135 special attack. extreme physical bulk.
Yeah,
Um,
113 HP, 120 defense. 65 special is kind of whatever, but
yeah, you can run a assault vest on this thing though because it's not guts. So you can run like Hyper Voice, Blood Moon, Earth Power, Terra Blaster, +1, Vacuum Wave. You can Blood Moon and then Vacuum Wave to pick up whatever KOs you don't pick up with that. Um, it's a little difficult to position. I was playing with it a bit, but it has such high upside. There's nothing that switches into it. You basically need to switch like Heatran or Hisuian Arcanine or Garganacl or something. Like it needs to be a resist to normal, which there isn't too many of. Rock and steel types. That's what you got. Your ghost types can't switch into this anymore. Um, I think Life Orb, Terra Normal, Blood Moon, one shots Fluttermane.
oh,
Like bulky Fluttermane.
we didn't get to talk about the Sinnoh starters. They're not in the Pokédex.
Yeah, the Sinnoh starters are back. We talked about Torterra a bit earlier,
We
gets Shell
we talked about
Smash.
Empoleon a little bit.
Yeah,
Infernape gets knockoff.
and it gets Fake Out.
That's that
And
discussion. Cool.
that's kind of the Infernape talk. I don't think that any of the Sinnoh starters are necessarily great. I think Empoleon is probably the best of them all because it gets competitive now. And like Water Steel's good typing.
It is, and like it's relevant stabs. And like I mean, you can always Terra as well. Like yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It unfortunately doesn't get Scald, right?
No, it only gets Hydro Pump.
Rip.
Probably gets Chilling Water.
It gets Wave Crash. Hold on.
Oh man, where are
Where's the
Defiant and
Defiant set?
Poleons at? Yeah, our Defiant set is Ogre
we
Pond Wellspring Mask.
we finally get a relevant physical water move, and they take away Defiant. Think
Yeah,
about what we could have
seriously.
had.
Oh my gosh, yeah, off of its what, like 70s physical attack? It's something pretty low, right?
86.
That's not that
It's
bad.
it's not
It's a
terrible.
lot less than 111 though, that's for sure.
It is much less than 111. It gets Yawn
Uh,
as an egg move. Hold on.
yeah, I think it also gets Water Spout. Does it get Water Spout?
Oh, it does not get Water Spout. There's no
No,
way.
it doesn't. I thought Piplup did. I saw people talking about it. I thought it did.
There's no
Doesn't.
way.
It doesn't. It doesn't. So
Okay.
we live to see another day. I swear I saw people talking about it though, about Water Spout.
It gets Water Pulse.
It's Weather Ball at least.
We tried.
Yeah, like you run the Hydro Pump, like it's fine. It'll work.
You have chilling water. Why are we discussing this?
Yeah, obviously. But I think is that all the Pokemon? Is that all the
That's
ones we want to
I
cover?
think officially official.
Weird. Did we
All
talk
right.
about Okidogi at all? It
It gets
punches
guard
things. It's
dog.
pro
It's really especially
Assault
defensive,
Vest.
really physically bulky.
It's
Yeah,
it's it's kind of it just has good physical attack. You're probably just better off using Iron Hands most of the time, but like you get unique type coverage at least. Like you get a
good
resist to
lord, this
a
Dolphins defense is
neutrality to
good.
Flutter.
This
Yeah, they are
Dolphins
very good.
offense is really good. I hate the fact that I'm playing against Waddle this week.
I am playing Waddle in a close matchup. Actually,
Man,
actually,
had
is
I
it that close?
started Kirk Cousins on prime time, I would have probably won.
No, it's not that close. I'm playing Angelo in fantasy um in the Your League. I'm playing somebody else in the LRL league, and then I already won my sleeper league, so I'm trying to go for the sweep right now.
I think I'm gonna be 1-1 this week. I
In
think I'm gonna
sleeper,
lose. I think I'm gonna lose Dynasty. Yeah, unless Derek Carr
tough.
like tears his ACL.
Uh,
Well, he needs to pull an Aaron Rodgers.
we do not wish this upon anybody.
No, absolutely not. I wish nothing but the best for Derek Carr and
But I think it needs to be said that he was on my team last week and he's not on my team this week. So whatever happens, happens. I got a
Well,
3rd-round pick out of him for the next season, so
well, I think we did another one, Jay. What do you think?
we did it.
I got to talk about wheezing. It was a good week.
Yeah, we got off on a couple wild tangents there, but um yeah, maybe I feel like we talked about everything pretty well. Maybe we can do a tier list sometime in the future when we have a better idea on the format.
Where's our producer setting up the tier list for us?
Yeah, come on, Carl. It's like you had a big life event happen or something and you're busy all of a sudden, okay?
I
Ugh.
don't understand.
I worked 6 days last week in a row, okay? And you're out here complaining because you had a tiny little baby screaming your ear off all the time? Like 24/7? Like get over yourself. I'm nuts.
Oh my lord.
Were you actually talking about Angelo as our producer?
No, Carl is our producer.
Okay. I no one has official titles yet, so
Carl is our producer. Angelo is our social media manager, and then
I'm
there's
our
me and
vibes
you.
guy. I'm our vibes guy. I just come in, I set the tone. We're chilling tonight. We're all having a good time. Hell yeah.
Well, it's time to do your thing. Time to do the outro. You ready for
Hell
this?
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm so ready. Watch this. Ready? Do a little spin move. Thank you all so much for watching this week. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all the fun YouTube stuff. Make sure you we got Anchor support. Make sure you go
No, we
join the
don't.
community we don't have that anymore?
We don't have anchor
Damn.
support now.
Okay. We got the community Discord. I'm there sometimes, and so is everybody else. We got the Twitter. That's where Angelo normally would come in with his plug. I'm sure Angelo's got his blue sky down below too. He plugged that last week. You can follow me and Carter on Twitter and YouTube. Carter is Mr. Missouri 25 on Twitter.
You're nailing
Yes.
it. You're doing an excellent
JMcG10
job.
on Twitter. Um, Follow LR Lessons on Twitter. I know I got that one right. Heck yeah. Um, and Patreons. We got a Patreon
We
with a
do.
bunch of cool little tiers. We have Discord subscriptions as well,
We
with
do.
also a bunch of cool little tiers. And I feel like I'm missing something that's probably super obvious, but I think I nailed it.
Website.
The website that is updated at times. Um, you know the website URL. I don't remember that one sometimes.
lrlessons.com.
Okay,
It is as
that was that
simple as can
easy.
be.
Dang. So simple, even a 5th grader could remember it, but not me, obviously. So make sure you guys go and check that out as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Jay, and this has been the podcast with.
Oh, is this where I chime in?
Come on, man. Get on top of it.
All right, everyone. I think that's it. We're out of here. I'm gonna go eat dinner and crash.
I'm going to sleep.
Until next week, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, have a good one.